Hey, coaches, welcome back to Football Talk with Coach Chip. Don't forget our friends over at right-equipment.com, right-equipment.com. Train the right way. They're good people. They do a good job. They've helped a lot of weight rooms, a lot of football programs, basketball programs, anything. You need to get stronger, more flexible, more explosive, more powerful. Call Leo Wright and all the good folks at Right Equipment. That's right-equipment.com. All right, plays you must consider for your jet package. Let's get started. Now, here's a great play to consider for your jet package. If you're a jet team, that doesn't mean you're running 15 jets a game, but you're running a lot of jet action. You may not giving it to that jetter but 3 or 4 times a game. But that defense has got to react. That defense has got to move and respond to that movement. That's one of the reasons I love it. I'm going to link up below in the description, in the comments, some of the other videos on the jet. We haven't done anything on the jet in a minute, but I've told y'all before, I'm subscriber/viewer driven, and I've had a couple of coaches reach out to me. One guy up in New Jersey, Coach Kev Smith, and the Barnegat team, and I hope I'm saying it right, or Barnegat, it looks like Barnegat High School up in Jersey. They married the jet this year, according to him, and had a winning season, first one in a while. And that's good stuff. But he was asking, what can we do to augment this thing? And I got to thinking about it. And then there were some other guys. I've been talking to some coaches from around the country. I got one over in Europe. I got more than one in Europe, but one in particular that's coaching club ball, like I guess it'd be late high school, JUCO age kids. Or men, really. And they ask questions about it. And so this is one right here, and I'm going to show you a video of a similar play. I did it out of empty in the playoffs several years ago in the second or third round, and we did it out of empty. But the reason why I did it out of empty is because my jetter was my best football player, and the guy wanted to get the ball in his hands. When you get in the playoffs, you want to get the ball to your best player, whether you're a jet team, whether you're a power team, whatever it is. And so I wanted to get him the ball, so I took my second best jetter and put him in and ran the jet to him out of empty, leaving the other kid out there on the backside, just checking out what they were doing. And you'll see how they responded to it, but you can easily do it this way right here, and you can block jet. All you got to do is let that backside tackle know, give him a call, and tell your quarterback you're tagging the screen, the wide receiver screen over here. Don't pay attention to the line so much because he's not going to go 5 yards up the field unless he's really, really quick. And I've told y'all before, I'm not going to give you, oh, it's 3 steps, oh, it's 4 steps, because there's no such thing. You know, you're coaching high school kids or even younger. Most of, I think all of my subscribers are coaching high school kids or younger. And what you do is you may have 2 different receivers and they both are doing 2 different sets of steps, just based on them. You may have a guy that's got great straight line up top end speed, but he's not real quick on the start. So he may not need to take but 2 steps to make sure he can get back. Then you may have a really quick kid who can take 4 steps and then come back. And you have to play with that in practice. And you get out there. That's why you do the screen drill. And we'll tag that, link that down below too. So what I do is you'll see when I show you the video, everybody on the line is blocking the jet. Okay, they were in an odd front, so the guard pulled. So you can see everybody's going to haul butt to the jet. Quarterback faked it, took a step back, hummed it over here to number 2 on the film, but number 1 on my diagram here, boom. And the tackle is going to come off just like he's driving the end, which is what we do on the jet, so it protects the quarterback on the RPO or the access throw in case the quarterback throws it. He's going to hit him and then get out here to get the corner. But here's where I messed up. We had the wide receiver, because we were running at number 2, had him just running a clear out route. And so I told in practice, had a really good, we won the state championship with this kid, about 195, 200-pound freshman left tackle. And he didn't mess up. He did exactly what I told him to do. The backer, I didn't think they would do it, because we still had 2 out here. You'll see it on the film. The backer spun down, which is what you want to happen. And when your quarterback sees that, that's when he's just going to fake it and throw it. So it's kind of like an access screen. It's a pre-snap read by the quarterback. If this cat here comes down, okay, then you're going to fake and throw. Fake and throw the screen. If the backer stays out there, run your jet, because you're blocking jet anyway. Just run your jet and just wait and see what happens. And if he's staying out here, you need to come back in a little bit and run your counter back over here, because there's no fall-in guy now, okay? But he spun down. He left two guys out here on one when you see it on the film. And when my tackle released, he collisioned the backer and blocked him. And the corner, of course, was running off right here, so there was nobody over there for the tackle to block anyway. And you'll see he comes into the frame late. Let's look at it, and you can see what I'm talking about. We're faking jet right and then coming back and throwing the screen back to the left of the backside. All right, so here you see we're empty over here. And what we're going to do on this one, put him in the jet motion, and this was called, okay? And he's going to come in motion and fake the jet. He's going to run off the corner, and he's going to boom, boom, catch it, and go. Well, there's nobody here, okay? And the reason why there's nobody there is because the backer is going to, on motion, we hadn't shown much empty, and this is second round, I believe. He spun down, okay, leaving it 2-on-1. My tackle is going to bang, and then he's going to collision this guy right here. So you can see it worked out because of how they reacted to it. And of course, if he hadn't spun down, we were still going to run it, and he was going to release out here and get him. Because I didn't know they would do it. That's what happens when you run something different. Sometimes you don't know how the other team's going to react always. Okay? All right, let's look at it. See what I mean? And that's the corner showing up late. You can see the wide receiver had run him off. So we really didn't block anybody, you know, the way it's set up. There you see your motion. That's my 9th grade tackle out there blocking the outside backer. That's early on in the game, and so I gave them something different to mess up their keys. Tell you what, that was a hard-hitting team. Let's look at another one. Okay, so now you've all seen, if you haven't, you can look below, I'll link it up, how I run jet pass, my base jet pass. We get a backside post just in case they want to get frisky with that safety and get him involved in supporting jet, or if we're running jet pass, he's going to help over the top over here. We've got this right here to take the top off of it. All right, and he's reading this safety. If that safety is bailing like crazy, then he can go right here, and it's going to be wide open. If the safety is getting deep, not wanting to get burned, then we're going to break it off and run like a 10, 12-yard across the middle. I call it a dig route, because I can promise you those guys will not be there. They're going to chase jet. If they're not chasing jet, you need to be running jet 15 times a game. And I take the H and I bang the end, and we release him out in the flat. Now, here's what I say. If you look at the playbook that, by the way, if you want a copy of that playbook, I always said I give all my stuff away. But I've made a playbook, and I'm going to charge $20 for it. But you won't just get the playbook. You'll also get me as to talk to for support. And you can call me or hit me up on my email, siegel.chip@gmail.com anytime. I've been doing that for free anyway. I'll continue doing it for free. But I'm not charging for the football in the playbook. I'm charging for all the time it took me to make it. And I'm going to do that through Google. You can just hit me up. I'll tell you you can do it through a Cash App, and you can see how I do it. But this is how we normally do it. And I'm not going to show you that video. You can look at the link below. I say don't go any deeper than 5. Here's why. I don't want him deeper than 10. If he goes 6, 7, or 8, we're good. See how I got it? I always do that. It goes back. I used to tell when we ran triple option, I used to tell my pitch man, I want you 8 yards, 10 yards, depending on the kid from the quarterback. That would give me the proper pitch relationship. When we would run the waggle and the fullback go in the flats, back when we were doing the sure enough wing tee, we want him at 5 yards, right? 4 or 5 yards. So I tell him, just get barely across the line of scrimmage. So when he drifted, he would drift to where I wanted him. And sometimes you got to do that. I'm not coaching college kids here. This is not a bunch of 4 and 5 stars. We're coaching 15, 16-year-old boys. We're lucky they're 18. And so that's about how deep he needs to be. But I tell him, and you do it, you coach your kids the way you need to coach them. This kid right here is running a clear out. It's clear out because we're not reading it. If it's just a go, he can read it and run a curl. But if he runs a curl, he'll get in the way right here of the out. The out's always there. Okay, it is there because this kid is supporting jet. Okay, and the corner is gone deep. Okay, excuse me. And if the safety bails like a son of a gun, then the crossing route will be there too. I've heard coaches say this guy's always there. We hardly ever threw it to him because the other kids were open. But in the state championship game back in 17, we did throw to this kid here. He was standing out there just like coaches say, all by himself, eating a sandwich, just waiting on the quarterback to throw it to him. But this is our base jet pass. Now let me show you one I'm going to show you a video on in a minute. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now the jet pass on the last slide was to the right. This one's to the left because the film I'm going to show you, the film clip, is to the left. Take the H and you bang his butt right here, and he comes out. Now you're going to watch. He brushes it just like the kids do, but bang him, go flat for a few steps, and then wheel route following this guy. You got to stress to the Y or whoever you're running it with, they've got to go. And what you got to do when you practice it, tell your quarterback every now and then to throw it to the takeoff, the clear out. Okay, so the kid in the game, he goes like, if I outrun this guy, he's going to throw it to me. Okay, and what happens is, of course, this corner right here is gone with the deep guy. This guy right here, if he's trained to stay home, he's going to be left in the flat. You're going to wheel right here. But he is going to do what? He is going to come up and play the jet. Okay, and a lot of times what they do is they go man on this thing. And this guy right here bumps out and may go with him, but they're not going to get him. I'm going to show it to you right here. But look, everything else is the same. Lines blocking the way they block on jet pass. I drew them up with the pulling guard on this diagram. The film, I've got them doing the slide protection because that year we were just better at that than we were at pulling the guard. The year before we'd pulled a guard. But, your team changes. Not only, it changes year to year, it changes week to week. And team you're playing changes, so you may want to change your protections. But I recommend having both of them. Slide protection is too easy not to have in. We just did a full slide and let the back come right here. You'll see on the film. All right, let's look at that. There we go. See, he just releases right there. And they were ready for a pass, but he was still there. You see the slide protection, back inserts, gets the D in. And it wasn't a great down to do it. We just knew the wheel would be there. It was 3rd and 9, and that's why they were playing the pass. But I still felt like when we called it that we were doing the right thing because the wheel is what's going to make it right. Okay, we didn't get a lot of, see, everybody's running with the receivers, which is what happened. It cleared out. There's my clear out guy. 6'6", all-state wide receiver. Watch. Now, I want it to be a mandatory outside release. And get that guy outside the numbers, and then get your wheel route coming down the top of the numbers no wider. Look right here. Boom. See, now that's a good wheel route. He's between the numbers and the hash. This guy should be outside the numbers, taking that corner with him. And hopefully that corner's got his butt to the field, and he's facing the sideline and can't see the follow route coming. But you see the corner comes off and makes the play. Hey, first down, we get a new set of downs. All right, that's it for this episode. We're right at 14 minutes. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share. Subscribe, like, and share. You can look down below. I'm going to link up some stuff for jet videos. And I'm also going to link up some things on the protection and jet stuff that we haven't done any in a while, but they're in the collection. Share this with your coaching buddies. Share this with people who love football and want to get into the nuts and bolts of it. And they understand when they see what's going on. Maybe they want to see how the sausage is made, so to speak. Don't forget our good friends at Wright Equipment in Birmingham, Alabama. But they service and they sell weightlifting equipment, conditioning equipment all over the United States, from universities on down to junior highs, for private gyms, for house gyms, anything, any of your needs for strength and conditioning, hit them up at Right Equipment. Hey, until next time, y'all be elite.